The morning sun glinted off the glass walls of Westbrook Aviation, a sleek corporate building on the edge of Los Angeles. The company's CEO, Victoria Hale, had a reputation: brilliant, powerful, and intimidating. Her words could make or break careers. Today, she stood near the helipad, watching a group of engineers panic around her $8 million corporate helicopter. The rotor refused to start. The flight was grounded. The meeting in San Francisco cancelled unless someone could fix it fast. Unbelievable, Victoria snapped, folding her arms. I pay a team of aerospace engineers, and not one of you can make it spin. The engineers exchanged nervous glances, none daring to respond. Then from the maintenance bay, a janitor emerged. His uniform stained, his hands rough with work. Jack Turner, a man in his late 30s, walked up quietly, pushing a mop aside. I could take a look, ma'am, he said humbly. Might be a wiring issue in the ignition relay. The engineers laughed. So did Victoria. You? She smirked. You clean floors, not fly machines. Jack smiled faintly, unoffended. Ma'am, I used to be a mechanic in the army. Fixed birds like this before. Her expression softened for a moment, then hardened again. Fine. You've got 10 minutes before I call in a real technician. Jack stepped closer to the chopper. His small daughter, Lily, about 8 years old, stood by the hangar door, holding her worn-out teddy bear and watching her father with quiet pride. She had been sitting there all morning, waiting for his shift to end so they could walk home together. Jack knelt beside the helicopter, tools clinking as he opened a small panel. The engineers whispered among themselves, some amused, some curious. Victoria crossed her arms, tapping her foot. Minutes passed. Sweat trickled down Jack's neck. He traced the circuit wiring, muttering under his breath, then pulled out a burnt connector. There's your problem, he said calmly. Faulty relay wire, probably overlooked during maintenance. Victoria raised an eyebrow. You expect me to believe that's all it is? Jack shrugged. Only one way to know. He twisted the wire back into place, sealed it, and signaled to the co-pilot. Try it now. The pilot hesitated, then flipped the switch. The engine roared to life, smooth and strong. The entire hangar went silent. Victoria blinked, disbelief flashing across her face. Her engineers stared, wide-eyed, as the helicopter blades whirred perfectly overhead. Jack stood up, wiping his hands on a rag. Just needed a little respect, ma'am, he said with a tired smile. The laughter was gone now. Victoria approached him slowly. Where did you learn that? She asked, her tone softer. Jack hesitated. Before my wife passed, I worked at an airfield in Texas. I quit to raise my daughter. Needed steady work, so I took this job. Whatever could pay the bills. Victoria looked at the girl standing near the door, hugging her teddy. That's your daughter? Jack nodded proudly. She's the reason I keep showing up. Lily walked over, shy but smiling. My daddy can fix anything, she said quietly. A few of the engineers smiled at her, but Victoria just knelt down to her level and asked gently, Is that true? Lily looked up with her big brown eyes. He said, when you help machines fly, you help people dream. The hangar fell silent again, but this time not out of disbelief. Out of respect. Victoria stood up, glancing at Jack with a mix of guilt and admiration. Mr. Turner, she said formally, I owe you an apology. Jack chuckled softly. Not necessary, ma'am. I'm just glad it's fixed. She turned to her engineers. You all could learn something from this man. Experience doesn't always wear a suit. Then she looked back at Jack. You said you were a mechanic before? Yes, ma'am. Would you like to be one again? Jack blinked. What do you mean? Victoria smiled, not the cold corporate kind, but a genuine one. Westbrook Aviation could use someone who actually understands machines, not just theory. Report to the workshop tomorrow morning. We'll start you off as a senior engineer. The entire staff froze, stunned. Jack's mouth opened slightly. Are you serious? As serious as your daughter's faith in you, she replied. Lily gasped, running up to hug her dad. Daddy, you got a new job. He laughed through the tears welling in his eyes. Looks like it, sweetheart. That evening, as the helicopter lifted off successfully, Victoria waved to Jack and Lily from the cockpit window. For the first time in years, Jack didn't feel invisible. He wasn't just a janitor anymore. He was the man who fixed what the experts couldn't. When he carried Lily home on his shoulders that night, the stars above Los Angeles seemed a little brighter, and the next morning, on the workshop door, a new nameplate gleamed: Jack Turner, Senior Aviation Engineer.